Rational numbers are numbers in the form of a fraction. Rational numbers, they are numbers which are in the form of a fraction. So they have a numerator and then you have a denominator. Now, your numerator has to be an integer, either a positive whole number or a negative whole number. And then the denominator as well, it has to be an integer, either a positive whole number or a negative whole number. Now, very important point here, your denominator cannot be 0. Your denominator shouldn't be a 0, because mathematically, if you take a number and divide it by 0, if you take your calculator and take any number and you divide it by 0, your calculator is going to write error 2. So make sure that as long as your denominator is not 0, then you are going to have your rational number. So a rational number is just a number in the form of a fraction where the denominator is an integer or a numerator, and the denominator is an integer. So remember, integers, that are positive whole numbers and negative whole numbers. However, integers, they include a 0. But in this case, because we are talking rational numbers, so we don't want to use a 0 here. Or in this case, the integer 0 is excluded for rational numbers. I'll repeat that point. Rational numbers, they are all numbers in the form of a fraction. They are all numbers in the form of a fraction. However, your denominator, it shouldn't be a 0. It can be any integer as long as it is not 0. So your integer can be a positive whole number or a negative whole number. So examples of rational numbers, you can have 1 over 2, you can have 3 over 4, you can have negative 5 over 7. You can even have 45 over 61. As long as it's in the form of a fraction, then it is a rational number.